Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 15th. And this week, we're just going to, Eight of Cups wanting to pop out there. We're just going to jump right in here and see what is going on for you at this time. I feel like every single reading I say this to you, some sort of change needs to be made here, probably in the way that you make money. It could be, it could be any area of your life, Leo. It doesn't just have to be money, but, and what I would say to you is it's probably just money, because Ace of Pentacles, right? So it's funny because I saw that Six of Pentacles and I'm like, well, I don't want to jump too far ahead here, Leo, but Six of Pentacles is like just where you invest your energy. I look at the Six of Pentacles as planting seeds. To me, it's a card of like where you put your energy and what do you get back for the energy that you put into something. That's one way to read it. And it's funny that you end with the Ace of Pentacles, because Ace of Pentacles literally is a card that has the garden on it. It represents taking a seed and nurturing it into existence. You start with the Four of Wands here. Some of you could be going through like a separation or a divorce. You have the Four of Wands. Your crossing energy is the Death card. So the Death card obviously can represent as a crossing energy, needing to undergo a transformation, needing to go through some sort of change, or needing to change what you're doing. Four of Wands, in your current position, it's actually a card of freedom and accomplishment, but I always like to remind people that sometimes the Four of Wands can represent a pause. It kind of looks like a pause symbol right here that you would see like on a VCR if you're old enough to remember what those are, or anything that has a pause symbol on it. So to me, it can actually represent being on pause. It's almost like you're on this side, over here. These people are celebrating on the other side of the Four of Wands. So it's like, how do you get to the celebration? I think your answer is pretty simple. I think it's Death card, embracing the new. With the Death card, you can see on this card that this woman and this Pope-looking guy here, they're kind of like begging for their life. But this child right here is holding a flower up to the Death Rider. And the child is excited by change. The child is excited by something new. So I would embrace the newness with excitement and just see what kind of opportunities, could exist in some sort of new world that's being, I really truly believe that like a new world is being created for you here, Leo. In the area of your thoughts, you have the Six of Pentacles. I really feel an energy of not wanting to waste your time. Six of Pentacles, you can see that he's giving to one person, but he's not giving to the other. He does represent equal give and take, but he also understands, this guy in the middle, he understands exactly like who to give to. He understands what situations to give to, what things to invest his, not only his money, but his time, effort, and energy into as well. It can also be a card of needing to make sure that you don't ignore potential blessings that could be available to you as well. The story of the Six of Pentacles, one way you can read it is it's almost like there are a lot of movies out there that exist where it's like the hero of the story is, going on their journey or whatever, and they encounter like a homeless person, for example, and that homeless person could give them, maybe if they're like nice to the homeless person, they receive a gift later on in the movie. It's kind of like an angel in disguise. And one of my favorite books of all time, Fearless Tarot, he talks about the Six of Pentacles being kind of like an angel in disguise type of situation where it's like, I'm not saying there's going to be a homeless person that if you're nice to, they give you money, although you should be nice to everyone, right? But what I am saying is it can kind of represent like receiving some sort of reward by not discounting information or gifts that people have to give you, or whatever the case may be. And I would definitely stay open to like any information you're getting from maybe unlikely sources. In your foundation, you have the Nine of Cups. The thing is, I feel like you've experienced goodness before. The Nine of Cups is a card of fulfillment. Of course, it's a card of wishes as well, but it's a card of having experience and energy. He is meant to look chubby, this guy on the card. He's meant to look like someone who has had a feast before, and he's about to have a feast again. The reason he's receiving fulfillment is because he knows what it's like to have a feast. So he's going to have another feast. And it kind of represents needing to be in an energy before you can actually have the energy. And you also have the Magician in the same diagonal here. For some reason, you have the Devil here, which we're going to look at. But what I would say is that I would try to, kind of think about the energies of abundance, success, love, whatever it is that you want, because you've had it before. Nine of Cups, sorry, now I have the hiccups. Nine of Cups says you can attract it again. In the past, you have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is kind of like trying to rush towards something. Rushing isn't going to work. I've said this before. Knight of Swords is literally my card of no get-rich-quick schemes. And with the energy in Taurus, I would say nothing, quick is necessarily going to work. That doesn't mean things won't work quickly. There's a difference between those two things, but it's like if you're thinking get rich quick, or if you're thinking that there's going to be something that comes in and saves the day, I would say probably not. The only people that can save us right now are ourselves. So if you're trying to save yourself from a situation, then now is the time to do that. With the Knight of Swords, I truly believe you can save yourself from whatever it is that you are dealing with at this time. And again, you're going to feel very empowered when you do this. So I would definitely say if there are any problems, issues, or challenges that you're dealing with, I feel like in the near future you have the Magician. So your solution to anything that you're dealing with is your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, but also your ability to kind of attract or create the world that you live in with your words. He understands. He's got his wand up in the air. He understands that he can bring down to earth his dreams through his thoughts, through his feelings, his actions as well, but also through the tools that he is using. He has mastery over all the suits in the tarot. And so what I feel for you, Leo, and I'm pretty sure I've said this to you before, is if you're trying to manifest anything, I would make sure not only are you using all your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, but maybe you're bumping your head against a wall and things aren't working in business or in love or whatever the case may be. The Magician sometimes to me just says, try a different tool, try something else. It's like maybe you're trying to throw money at a problem, but maybe it actually just needs more creativity. Maybe it just needs more thought with the Ace of Swords. Maybe it just needs more emotion with the Ace of Cups, right? Or maybe that's kind of what needs to be added to something. So I would kind of look at all those things. It's also a card of reinvention. A lot of this reinvention energy has been coming up for pretty much everyone. So, I do feel like we're just in a time of reinvention. I mean, are you kidding me? Death card next to the Magician, that's a major change. In the next few months, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups can be disappointments. I'm not going to sit here and be like, there are going to be no disappointments. I think the end of this year is just kind of a little bit challenging. Do I think it's as bad as some people are making it out to be? I'd say no. I don't think it's terrible. I do feel we could experience disappointments, but again, tarot is not a prison sentence, as I always say. So what I would say is you need to work with this energy. Five of Cups, number one, says don't stop. Number two, it says be grateful for what you have. If he turns around and sees these two cups, he'll also see the bridge and the castle. So gratitude will get him something much, much better than what he had in the first place. He only had three cups. He didn't have the bridge and the castle, right? So it's kind of like a card of gaining because of gratitude. I would also say that it can represent losing your taste for something that you once enjoyed. This is my problem with life in general, right? I think it's the whole thing is that society tells us, you have to get this career and you have to have this family or, whatever society tells us. And it's like, that's the only thing you can ever do. If you leave, then there's something wrong with you. But I don't believe, especially in work or business, I don't believe we're just meant to have one career. You know what I mean? It's like, for some people, and again, don't get me wrong, I feel like I'm speaking generally here. Someone always comes at me, it's like, my uncle has worked for 200 years in the same, leather tanning factory. I'm like, okay, great for your uncle. But for the most part, most people probably don't want to do the same thing day in, day out. For the people that are super passionate, of course they do, right? So, but we're meant to evolve. I feel what's going on here for you, Leo, is that you are going through an evolution in this reading. Evolution, probably not very, maybe it's not the most comfortable evolution that you've been going through, but at the same time, it looks like maybe one of the most profitable or one of the most successful that you will have gone through. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Hangman. I am almost positive that you've had a Pisces showing up in the area of your friendships or, something like that in past readings with me over the past few months or weeks. So it could be a Pisces for some of you that could be very beneficial. I don't really feel this as love. I do feel this as kind of help. Could also be a Capricorn or a Scorpio I'm getting. But I feel like this is a person who could be helping you in business or work. I also feel that, again, as I was saying with that Four of Wands, you maybe have been on pause for a long time. The pause was probably to gain enlightenment. He has gained enlightenment or some inner answers, and I just feel that it's time to take action. In the area of your future feelings, you have the Devil. I would be careful of your baser instincts, your kind of your baser emotions. Sometimes I feel like with the Devil, we have to bring the energy up to our head. There's nothing, I actually kind of like the Devil in readings like this. It's like the lower energy is where creation happens, right? But sometimes I think we need to go through the creation process. We need to bring the energy up to the head so that we can start growing something. Ace of Pentacles. The reason the devil represents baser instincts is because these people, they have horns, like animal horns on their head, and it's meant to represent kind of animal instincts, those baser instincts, like I said. So I do feel that for some of you, it's like the seed has been planted, your outcome, Ace of Pentacles, the seed has been planted, now it's time to fertilize it. I feel like part of the fertilizer is, I really feel like this is your garden, the thing that you're growing, whatever it is, business, relationship, maybe it's just your life in general, you're trying to grow multiple aspects of your life. I feel like the water, the sun, the fertilizer is the magician energy. I feel like the magician is saying that, okay, like you created something or you've been working on something, but now it's time to add some thought. Now it's time to add some emotion. Now it's time to, add some hard work with the pentacle, with the Ace of Pentacles, but also the pentacle that's on the magician card. And also on top of that, sometimes I think we have to change, right? It's like if we're doing something like starting a business, maybe we do go through a reinvention. The magician represents a reinvention. It might sound, it might sound ridiculous, but it's like part of a reinvention might be the way you dress. Maybe you change the way you dress because maybe in business it makes you feel more successful to wear a power suit or something like that. Again, I do not discount these things personally in my life because I've seen it happen where it's like certain things that I do, whether it be like my environment, how I dress, or whatever the case may be, totally changes an outcome of a situation or makes me feel a certain way. So I feel that for you here with that magician. But let's pretty powerful reading here, Leo. let's dig into this. And sorry, that spread did not work at all. But let's see what we have going on for you here, Leo. With the Four of Wands and the Death card, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time to put like the work in. I'm pretty sure in your bonus reading or in your August mid-monthly reading, I said something about adding structure. Eight of Pentacles is my card of adding structure to something. Again, we have the idea, but like I was saying with the magician, we need to add all the parts. We need to add the structure once we think about something that we want to create. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords. You always get this. It's like there is so much over here. I really feel you always get the Two of Swords. You always get the Eight of Swords as well in your readings, Leo. It's like your solution is leaving a comfort zone. I feel your solution is looking for other solutions to problems that exist in your life, or these don't even have to be problems. I like to remind people, it's like Eight of Swords, yeah, usually it comes up when we're having a problem, but things could be going well. It's like your business could be growing or your relationship could be growing, but Eight of Swords also just, sometimes I think it's not really a problem. It's not really an issue. It's just saying, hey, stay open to other ways of doing things just so you kind of have it. It's almost like you're turning yourself into a Swiss Army knife here, or you're turning yourself into a multi-tool here, Leo. It's like you're making yourself more able to handle any situation that happens in your life. And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Page of Pentacles. Definitely good news coming in for you. I kind of feel this is like a little bit of motivation. I feel everybody needs this right now, just like a little bit of a pat on the back. You're the only sign that has had anything about this. So for whatever reason, intuitively, I just feel like there could be like a little bit of a pat on the back, or it's almost like there's something that's. I feel the words that are popping into my head are. It's like there's something that's keeping you in the game. Those are the words that are popping into my head. So it's like if it's business, maybe you need a little bit of a capital or something like that to stay in the game. And I feel like this could be like money coming in or something that keeps you in the game. In love, it's like maybe you're wondering where things are going with your partner, and maybe your partner just tells you where things are going, like all of a sudden. And I feel like it's something that kind of keeps you in the game, but in a good way, not like in a bad way. With the Magician, you have the High Priestess. Definitely trust your intuition. Pisces, I'm telling you right now, some of you either I don't know if this is love. I really don't necessarily feel it as love. Always possible, of course. Take it how it resonates. But I do feel some of you could have a Pisces in your life that could be very beneficial to you, whether it's in love, business, money, spirituality, health, whatever. But again, this person is striking me as like a friend. I also feel like that card is saying, kind of dig into the mystery, right? She represents mystery. She also represents potential. And I feel like you always get like this card in your readings as well, where I'm always saying like this, there is no limit for you, Leo. There is no roof above her head. And it kind of represents no limits with the High Priestess. With the Five of Cups, you have the Sun. The Sun is a card of happiness, joy, enlightenment, good things coming in for you. So, I don't know. it's coming up with that Five of Cups. Things could actually be much better than you realize. It's funny that I was talking about the child on the Death card as well, because this right here represents your inner child, and maybe that's what needs to happen here with the Five of Cups, is that there needs to be more playful energy added to things, which has come up quite a bit for a lot of signs over the past couple months, that maybe we need to be a little bit, it's like we're maybe being too logical about things, not playful enough, not willing to explore, not willing to kind of break some rules in life. And it's like, I don't think we're really breaking rules, right? I think that there are just some boundaries that we're exploring. And again, I'm not suggesting you're breaking the law, but it's like there are rules, and then there are kind of like rules that people follow. And I feel like you could be breaking some rules, but these are more, it's like in business, it's like maybe there's a way that people usually run the type of business you have. And maybe you're making a change that kind of goes against the grain. It's not like a rule, but it's like everybody does it a certain way. So you're kind of being a little bit of a rebel. I think I said this in the Gemini reading. If you have Gemini in your chart, if you're dealing with Gemini, I would definitely watch that reading. But again, I get very much the same energy where it's like you could be doing some things that other people are like, how dare you do it this way, right? The people that have been around for a long time. So it's like maybe you're shaking things up, but this could be a good thing. That's innovation is where it's at right now. With the Hangman, you have the Knight of Swords. You definitely want things to move faster in your life here, Leo. There's no doubt about it. I feel that you want things to move quicker. Of course, I think everybody does, but I feel you definitely want things to move a little bit quicker. Maybe things have kind of slowed down. With the Devil, you have the Queen of Swords, seeing things clearly in the near future. I like this. It was I literally said it. It's like you're bringing your energy to your head. She finally sees things clearly because there are no clouds above her head. It's like if that was ever just kind of like straightforward right there, that to me is very straightforward. I feel like it's just saying bring the energy up to your head now. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Five of Pentacles. Again, I feel like some of you could feel like left out in the cold, like you're not receiving like what you deserve from things. Like if you're putting a bunch of like work into work, career, business, maybe you feel like you're not getting back what you put in. I also feel some of you could be thinking that you're lacking the money, and I'm not saying that you're not. You very well could be lacking the finances necessary to do some of the things that you want. But I feel this reading is saying, like, how can you do it anyway? How can you do things the way you want to do them? It reminds me, there's a book called The Power of Broke by Damon John. And, this reminds me a lot of that. I'm not saying you're going to be broke, by the way, Leo, but what I am saying is I feel there are other ways that you could do the things you want to do that don't require money. This could even include love, like doing things in love, like getting married or being in a relationship, whatever. But also, this includes, starting a business or working on the business that you already have and getting it to the next level. But I really see this as like long-term success. I love this. Very powerful reading as well. So thank you for being here, Leo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.